All right, everybody. Well, welcome into the Bettor In Laws podcast. It's official. The worst weekend is behind us, so we can all move ahead. That was fucking brutal.
Yeah. Bad.
Oh, my God. What an awful weekend.
The one with no football?
There was football. Yeah.
Oh,
if you like
championship
backyard football and shenanigans.
Bowl, yeah, terrible.
Oh, God, was that an awful weekend.
Yeah, not good.
You had the NHL All-Star game, and you had a rained-out fourth round of Pebble Beach.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So very welcome to have the Super Bowl this coming weekend. But we do have a special guest with us today. The original podcast host of this said podcast.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
I forget what it was called.
Let's Get Rich.
Let's Get Rich.
Yeah.
Which we did not
Mr.
get rich.
We didn't get well. We did. Not.
You did well. I did bad.
Well, it's all right.
Not so much, Rich.
I did poorly. Did bad. Did poorly.
We
But it's good to be back. Okay.
Chris Costa of Cardvault. How the hell are you?
I love what you guys are doing. The show. I love what you've done with the place. Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Studio looks
Renovations.
fantastic.
I designed it.
The picks have been good.
Yeah.
Maybe mediocre at
Above
best.
500.
You
Chris.
need me, okay? I'm here. I'm here for the Super Bowl. I'm here to provide my insights. I will also agree, last week, total disaster on the sports front.
Yeah.
So let me just say something real quick with the Pro Bowl, okay? Because it's basically turned into the NFL sending off the second best players of the league out to some destination, and they're playing pin the tail on the donkey, and they're playing break the pinata, dodgeball.
Yeah. Was there
what
golf?
Is going
Did you
on?
say golf too?
Yeah, I had to watch CeeDee Lamb hit a 9-iron at an Island Green.
It's just dumb.
What is going on?
What are we doing?
What's happening with the NFL and the Pro Bowl?
I just don't understand when it shifted to none of the players giving a shit at all.
It's
like it used to be like in the 90s, like hardcore game.
Yeah, nobody
they
wants
don't
to
care
be there.
anymore.
No,
There's no incentive. There's no reason. They don't give a shit.
But there wasn't an incentive back then either.
Robert Edwards' injury killed the Pro Bowl. He
Yeah,
played in the sand beach football.
Well,
the night before.
that was the start of all this crap.
Yeah,
with
it was.
the I don't know what you want to call it, extracurriculars, if
Yeah,
you will.
it's
sad.
true. Terrible.
It's a sad state of affairs.
They're literally playing after-school activities.
I was watching the right guard for the Houston Texans snap a ball at a wall full of holes.
I saw that one. That was bad. Bad.
Give me a break.
The guy that scored 0. What are we doing in the
I
Pro
would
Bowl?
rather just get a group of guys off the streets and put the Pro Bowlers out in a game against like regular Joes.
Yeah, why not? I'll tell you, I did tune into one little piece. I did not watch the Pro Bowl, but I happened to have the game on as I was flicking, and I saw Geno Smith throw a pick six, which just made me so happy as my 49ers are headed to the Super Bowl, and all these Seahawks fans that chirp me on Twitter. It's so beautiful that Geno's throwing a pick six in a flag football Pro Bowl as the San Francisco 49ers.
I literally had it on for 15 seconds. I saw a Tua slant to Tyreek for a touchdown. I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was inside the entire day with a sick child.
Oh, yeah.
And I did not want to watch it.
Good content.
Yeah.
Here's the problem,
I
too.
preferred to watch Bluey the entire friggin' day.
Bluey's a good show.
Not exaggerating.
Bluey's a good show.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You can't bet on anything in the Pro Bowl anymore. There's no available odds.
No,
like,
you
how
could bet
much
the team to
better?
win.
I don't know if you can. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was on.
Was it?
Yeah.
I missed it. But with that said, it would be a much better event if you could bet on these skills competitions.
What could? Yeah, that's.
Yes.
You could bet on the
I didn't
actual
see-
flag football game. And
Yeah,
that's
that was it. That's all I saw.
Well, that's dumb.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Just
But-
take-
Wonder why.
I'll take your word for it.
Maybe
okay,
you're
you
just
have
too-
been
maybe
known to
you're
lie
too-
to my face in the
Maybe
past.
you're too hot on DraftKings.
You've been
that
known
they might have
to
shut you
lie
down.
to my face in the past, so I'll take your word for it. But wouldn't it be fun if you could bet on, J.J. Watt facing, not that he plays anymore,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying, facing off against somebody else in dodgeball.
Yeah, it
Done.
would be fun.
I'm in.
It would have to be like utilized through live betting.
Yeah,
though. Like,
yeah.
but it
Live
moves too
wagers.
fast.
Yeah, it's true.
But I did mention Pebble Beach, and I don't know if you guys saw this making the rounds today. Are you a golf guy, Chris?
Big time.
Well,
Yeah.
like in
Doesn't
terms
like to
of
play with
watching-
me.
I'm
but-
a big fan of the game, and I also am a golfer
So you were
myself.
watching Pebble Beach. This
I
past week.
was,
Okay.
and then obviously fell off at the end.
Well, yeah. So we had the weather on Sunday canceled, and they named Wyndham Clark, who is the leader after round 3, the winner.
Yep.
So now there's a situation on DraftKings and FanDuel where there was one bettor, and I'm sure there's many more, but there's one screenshot that's going viral right now of a bettor who placed a parlay bet after round 3, knowing that there was going to be a weather Like they were playing golf on
yeah,
Sunday. They were not playing golf
Yeah,
whatsoever.
maybe
on
Monday
Sunday.
was the thought, right? And
Yeah,
then they
well,
said
there's
no
a
golf.
possibility
Yeah.
Monday, but whatever. Complete rain out.
Yep.
That's the situation. So knowing that, this genius, who I want to kiss right on the lips, placed a parlay of top 5 and top 10 finishers of the current leaderboard.
Oh man,
On
love that.
at the end of round 3 on Saturday, he put down $20 parlay to pay out just over $750,000.
Jesus.
$755,000.
That's a great
An
move.
absolute weapon that guy is.
Odds were plus 3 million, something like that. For the odds on the parlay,
and they paid it out.
it has not been paid out yet.
Aha.
It's under
So-
review.
It's
tough one.
something to be like, hey, do you have to complete the 72 holes?
Yeah.
Or is it apparently in the disclaimer it says 54 holes have to be recorded, but I don't know. That's something that both DraftKings and FanDuel are dealing with right now, and I absolutely love this.
Yeah,
What
that's
a
great.
Beauty.
I mean, the balls to place. It's
do
not even
both
the
of them.
balls.
To do
It's not even the
both.
balls. Just the brains.
foresight, the brains.
the brains to do it.
The
So
mental
Yeah, we all could have did it.
fortitude.
We all could have did
This
We
this
didn't.
is this is going to pick up steam. This is going to pick up
love it.
steam. So that
I
was
love
my
it.
biggest takeaway.
All right.
From the weekend there. But nonetheless, here we are, Super Bowl 58, rematch
58.
of the Chiefs and 49ers here. This is the most torn I've been on a single game, not even
Yeah.
a Super Bowl, that I've been torn on in quite some time,
tight.
honestly. But before we move ahead there, do you recall the recap from our championship?
Yeah,
I
we
think
both
went
went
2 and
2
2,
and 2,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we both went 2 and 2. And I don't have my computer in front of me. And
No,
I
it's
don't
fine.
remember the specifics, but both went 2 and 2.
Everybody's turned the page already as it is.
I mean, we were giving out props and
We
stuff.
we
That was,
missed the Ravens. We missed the
We
Ravens.
missed the Ravens, and we missed. Well, we had different misses, but I had Gibbs over 21.5 receiving yards. He did not get there. And I forget what you missed.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah,
So
we'll
we
take
I had
him on Rada
CMC.
score?
I did not, but I had CMC
So-
for 2 TDs.
yeah, you had that.
That's a nice hit.
You missed Gibbs over 21.5. San Francisco, Detroit over 51 hit
Yep, that hit.
And we both missed the Ravens minus 3.5. I had the Chiefs Ravens under 44.5.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta over 47.5. That hit in the first half.
Yeah.
And I missed Ayuk over 80.5 there. So
What do you come in at like high 60s?
yeah,
Yeah,
something
high
like that. But it
60s.
was that like 151
Yeah, it was
yard
a
throw.
big catch.
But they couldn't hook up early. He targeted
Purdy
them
was
heavily
off.
early.
Purdy
and,
was off.
Yeah, exactly.
Real
So
essence of fraud. A whiff of fraudulence
with Purdy.
from that Niners team in that first half. I'll just
this.
I'll leave
Okay,
it there
so
for now.
let's start here. Are you a Purdy admirer?
I
Not a guy, just like
I like Brock Purdy. I think I don't want to call him a system quarterback. I think there's too much of that out in the public right now. As Brock Purdy is a systems guy, he's the third best player on the team or the fourth best player. I don't buy into that, but I do feel like this team has gotten and is getting way too much steam going into Super Bowl weekend.
The Niners.
I saw in that first half, I think a sense of what this team really is. They're better than what they were in that first half, but I think it shows you some of the gaps and the holes that I don't think anybody's giving enough attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy can't make every throw on the field, right? When you bring a guy like Mahomes in who can.
some tight butt cheek syndrome going on there.
Tight
yeah.
butt cheek syndrome. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not hitting he can't hit every throw on the field. He's physically deficient in some of those areas to where some of the throws that need to be made in those scenarios, if they go down, some of the throws that are required to be made, I don't believe Brock Purdy can make. Now, I do think he can be on a Super Bowl winning team. I just don't know if this is the team.
Fair.
How's that?
It's good.
I like it because you're seeing a lot on the national level. It's just like, hey, is he a game manager? You've been seeing it now. It's like that and Mahomes versus Brady now, which is driving me fucking bananas.
Yeah, agreed.
He's better.
Like, I like Patrick Mahomes. I'm not a guy who like hates the Chiefs, actually, being a Patriots fan. Like, I actually respect them. Like, Kelsey's a tool, whatever, but I don't hate him. And Mahomes, I love. I think he's fantastic. But the whole comparison, and I get it. You got to fill 2 weeks of talk on the national scale and local talk ratio. I get it. But it's just driving me insane, the whole Mahomes-Brady thing. So I'm very pumped and looking forward to Sunday because we're recording on Monday afternoon, by the way. We still have a whole week to go on this.
Yeah, and I'll throw my 2 cents in. Obviously a 49ers fan, but I'm not, like, delusional.
Are you?
Right? Like, yeah, okay, I had to dress for the occasion here.
Is that a new jersey?
No, had it all. I've had it for a little
It
bit.
looks sharp.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
George Kittle?
Really
Really nice.
It's a throwback. So the
Yeah.
94
it's beautiful,
throwbacks.
yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're
They
wearing
look
white,
great.
so I'm wearing
Oh,
white.
that is a throwback.
You look
Okay.
great. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
Oh, you're wearing white because they're wearing white? Is that
Yeah, that's
actually a
correct.
thing right now?
That's
Okay.
correct. They're wearing white.
Okay.
You'll know the answer to this, but what's the record of teams that actually wear white in the Super Bowl?
Oh, I forget.
It's
but
it's well
it's
above
like,
500.
yeah, it's like close to 80%.
Yeah.
I saw that stat, but I don't remember.
Which could be
Yeah,
complete bullshit.
Listen, 4 years ago, the Niners wore white. Okay, they didn't win. So,
Oh, they did? No,
yeah.
I thought they were. No.
Oh, believe me, I wanted red, but the
Oh,
NFL
okay.
chooses the colors, not the teams.
Interesting.
So I do want to add 2 cents here
Yeah.
because I think it's funny that you feel that way about the Brady Mahomes stuff. I've gotten to the point where, as a 49ers fan, I don't care if anybody in the media likes Brock Purdy. I don't care. And you guys have to feel the same way about we live in this generation where we have to have a race to who's the best, who's the greatest of all time, and it's got to be a guy that's on the field. And, like, look, Mahomes in 6 years has been to 6 championship games.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is his 4th Super Bowl. So, like,
Yeah, he's 28.
give him his flowers. Like, when you say, like, on the flip side, Brady won 7. Well, he's well on his way to, like, playing
the
in as
pressure's
many
on.
games.
The pressure's
Exactly.
on.
So, but, like, it doesn't matter because, like, Brady dominated an era, and now this seems like it's Mahomes' era, that he's just going to be the guy you got to beat. And, like, we've seen this in the playoffs where they beat Buffalo, Miami, whatever. Miami was railing with Buffalo. I was on the Buffalo train. I thought Buffalo was going to win that game. They didn't. I was on the Ravens train. They didn't win, right? Like, so here we go. It's Pat Mahomes with a team that is nowhere near as talented as his past other teams, and now getting to this point. With Purdy, it's a similar conversation. We're not talking about the greatest of all time, obviously, but, like, is he a game manager? Is he not? You know what? I as a fan, I don't care what he is because he's winning games. In his 2 years, he brought the Niners to the NFC title game in his first year and tore his UCL on the 3rd play of the game. So, like, okay, that's his 1 playoff loss. He's 4-1 in the playoffs. He's finding ways to win these games even when he doesn't have his best stuff. To me, that's what I want in a quarterback. So, like, I don't need him to be able to make every throw, but what are you going to do when the game's on the line? He's taking him back. With one question that I had about Purdy was what happens if they're down in the second half and back-to-back weeks,
To answer that
regardless
question.
of the situation. He's brought him back, and if you don't want to give him credit for the Packers, that's one thing. You have to give him credit for the Lions because he's making plays with his feet and doing things that I don't think any Niners fan even knew he had in his bag.
And there's going to be people, and I understand now, being like, oh, well, the Lions just handed him the game with Dan Campbell's boneheaded decisions. Like, yeah, he made those decisions, but the quarterback still has to
Still
execute
need to execute.
and drive the comeback.
100%. That's what's getting missed here.
I like Purdy. I think he's got potential. I think a lot of people forget that he's so young.
Yeah.
He's the 3rd youngest quarterback that will be starting a Super Bowl to Dan Marino and Ben Roethlisberger. This is a 7th-round pick. We all know the story there.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to have some quote-unquote tight butt cheeks syndrome because he's 24 fucking years old.
Yeah.
I think it's a little intimidating, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. What was I doing at 24? Probably slugging a 30-pack of Bud Lights
Probably
down.
still-
I
I
was
was
trying
doing.
to crawl the next day.
I was probably still trying to fire off resumes during the recession.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And nobody was hiring.
Yeah,
That's what I was doing at 24.
I do agree, right? Like the kid, listen, it's impressive what he's done. It's an awesome story for the league, and I think it's no fluke. He's a good football player, and he's a good quarterback, and he's a good quarterback on a very good team with a very good roster.
Yeah.
I just have concerns if a game script isn't going the way they need it to go, and I'll say last week obviously contradicts what I'm about to say, but he doesn't have all the throws in the bag to be able to confidently make these comebacks consistently.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Mahomes. Let's just say that.
True.
He's not playing like Mahomes. There's no one arguing, and if you are arguing this, you're a moron. But no one's arguing that he's who's a better quarterback in the Super Bowl.
And the Mahomes-Brady thing, I agree. Like, it drives me nuts. We're not there yet. I'm not enough of a Brady supporter, or I'm not too much of a Brady supporter to sit here and not admit that the heat is on and there's a conversation. But Mahomes winning this week, not winning this week, does not change the greatest of all time conversation. I just think it continues to prove that Patrick Mahomes is the future of the league.
Yeah.
He's the face of the league, and he's the best player on the planet.
All right, well, let's actually move ahead to the gambling side of things and
Yes.
talk about our feels, if you will, because This opened at 2 as of Monday after, right?
Yeah, two and a-
open at
well, two and a half,
-2
technically.
favoring.
Two and a
Okay,
half.
I'm seeing Circum open -2.
Okay.
But
Different
either
books.
way,
Different books.
Either
different
way,
numbers.
favoring the Niners.
Yep.
And the total has not moved at all.
Yeah.
47 and a half. That is very curious to see that, how that plays out. But I have not placed a bet on either side or either total yet. I'm in the mindset of I want to see how this plays out as the week goes on and the public bets continue to storm in. But correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to this point, again, Monday afternoon of Super Bowl week here, the vast majority of the public is on the Chiefs.
Yeah, 80%.
80%. Is that okay?
It's concerning for a Chiefs backer.
So you're a Chiefs backer. Okay.
I'm a Chiefs backer right now.
I feel like you always are a Chiefs backer.
Well, I am
Yes,
and I'm not.
historically.
Well, here's the deal.
Historically, yes.
Here's the deal, okay? I, for 2 now weeks in the playoffs, have gone against Patrick Mahomes, and what has that gotten me? Okay?
Oh, okay. So you've wagered against him. Okay.
Gone against him. Took Buffalo.
Is that because
frauds.
of you or us?
It's because of me.
Okay.
I had a feel, I had a gut, and I also, I tend to have side conversations with Matthew Prisco here. Things have not gone well against Patrick Mahomes.
Not against Mahomes, no.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here having been a historic Mahomes backer, having historically backed Patrick Mahomes, and having spent the last 2 weeks betting against him. I've learned my lesson, okay? He's the greatest player on the planet. And despite what the public's doing, because in a scenario like the Super Bowl where many, many, many more people are now gambling on a game than do on a regular weekly basis.
Millions more.
You're going to get the Mahomes storyline getting them into the Chiefs. So I think by default, the public is going to back the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes is the media's boy. He is the story that the media is getting behind. He's the story that the media will continue to back. Is he the greatest? Is he the greatest? Is he the greatest? Is going to continue to get pounded into these people's heads. So you're going to see more betting volume coming in on the Chiefs, I believe, by default.
So, Matt, you're the pro in the room. Let's call it like it is. What is your stance on this? Because I have not placed a wager, like I said. Have you made a bet? And you did. Okay.
I did
you
on
don't want to
Sunday.
wait this out.
I did this Sunday. I waited it out.
Yesterday, Sunday. Okay.
Yesterday, Sunday. Yep. Sunday.
Because
Actually, Saturday.
Because
excuse me.
last week we saw the number come down to 1.
1, yes. And I was waiting because I thought, well, let me ride this train and see if the Niners become underdogs. And what I found out is that, nope, that's not going to happen because what have we seen? We've seen the number come back up. Despite the money against the pouring in for the Chiefs, we're seeing some reverse line movement. And the reality is the Sharps are taking San Francisco. The public's taking the Chiefs, and that's just what's happening right now, right? So, like, I thought when I saw that number, the look ahead was 3. Okay, Niners Chiefs. If that game was to happen, the Niners are going to be favored by 3. We always have an overreaction to Championship Sunday, no matter what. That's not new. So they opened 2.5. I think most places, some books were 2. But the ones that opened first were 2.5, and if the look aheads were 3. That got bet down real quick down to 1, and then we started seeing 1 get hammered. 1.5. It sat at 1.5 for a good amount of time. Back to 2.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing 2.5s pop in the market.
So you're on the
So it's
Chiefs,
going
is what you're
back.
trying to tell me.
No.
No shit.
No. I was going to be. I'll be honest with you.
Are you
I was
serious?
going to be. Yeah. I was 1,000%
was.
going to be. I talked to Chris I was thinking.
What, last week?
So first of all, after the games, I was like, there is this factor of betting against Patrick Mahomes, right? Like it's not.
I said
fun.
it last week, Matt. I said it last week. I said I have feels of Brady on the Bucks, fading him every week, but expecting he would fall flat, and it would have been a nice story.
Doesn't
at the end of the
happen.
day.
But
It didn't happen, and I got kicked in the ass for that. And now I'm having similar feels about Mahomes.
I'm having feels of this, okay? This is where my mind goes. Having been a lifelong New England Patriots fan, this Chiefs team and Patrick Mahomes and working with what he's working with reminds me of some of those Patriots teams that took half a season, 3/4 of a season to find their stride.
Yep.
Mahomes has figured it out. He's figured out how to win with this team like Brady used to going into these playoff runs. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I also told you this before the show. If you told me that if I pick this game wrong, I'm going to die, If I pick wrong, I'm dead. I would much rather die.
It's a good way to look at it,
I would
though.
much rather die going into that situation knowing I took a shot on Patrick Mahomes than sitting there saying, Brock Purdy, you fucked me.
Well, you wouldn't get to say it. You'd be dead.
I'd be dead.
Wouldn't you feel worse that if you're going to wager on Mahomes, and it sounds like you are, that you faded him up to this point and then you went against your gut from the shoot?
Yeah.
Isn't that going to feel worse?
Well,
if the Niners win?
I think I just have to course correct is what's happened. I think I got away from the fundamentals, okay? I got away from the basics.
It's kind of like your diet. I mean, the pipes are out today. I have to know. I
gotta
have
say,
to comment. I mean, the
I'm
pipes
not-
are out.
What do you want me to do?
My wife's going to watch this show.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with your
beautiful
pipes,
man.
but I am now. I'll
Beautiful
say
man.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
But you
we're
could-
bulking.
They're busting out of that
like,
shirt.
You could be on a bad diet for a while, and then we change things, right?
Yeah, we get back. It's called course correcting.
Course correct.
Yeah. So we're course correcting. We spent 2 weeks going against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
We've learned our lesson, and now we
No
course
more cookies.
correct.
No cookies and
No
brownies
cookies
this week.
after 10 p.m.
Yep, not after
okay.
10.
No cookies whatsoever.
Yeah.
How often
really.
do you have cookies, though? Seriously.
I
got a
cookie
sweet
guy.
tooth,
I
and
like
that's a
cookies.
problem.
I Cookies are a problem.
I like a chocolate chip cookie.
nothing better.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm a
Nothing
big
better.
ice cream guy. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who looks like they're enjoying some chocolate chip cookies and ice cream is Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy looks like he's blown up like a tick.
Did he really?
Yeah, and the Pro Bowl, I mean, he is like just very swollen. Yeah. But I digress.
Okay.
Patrick
Blown up
Mahomes.
like a tick. That was
We're
good.
back on track. Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
where he belongs, where he's most comfortable, with all the spotlights and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, bing, bang, boom, touchdown score, Super Bowl win, see you later.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
on the Niners.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is, I'm just going to get this out there right now. The Swifties can come at me. She's mid at best, and you can give me Olivia Culpo.
listen, I don't mean
Olivia
what-
Culpo
Matt,
is a better attraction.
It's
Listen,
about
let's go.
talent,
I think
okay?
it's
talent.
See beyond the surface, Matt.
Kelce-
See beyond the surface. It's about
is,
talent.
My point is Kelsey Swift, Culpo, CMC. CMC is a better player, and I'm back in the Niners.
So we're basing our picks off of the
Well, is it on
stronger
the prop?
relationship.
No, I'm kidding.
That's correct.
I was just kidding.
Because the McCaffrey Culpo is, if you're looking
Listen,
at the
I like
Richter
Taylor
scale,
Swift.
the McCaffrey Culpo is about a 10.1.
Listen, Taylor Swift won her 13th Grammy last night. That's the last thing I'm going to say about Taylor Swift.
She won 4 Grammys. I mean,
4?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's up to more than 13.
I mean,
I saw
she's
her win her
the
13th.
most accomplished and decorated musical artist of our generation.
Well, nice of Travis to support her.
yeah.
I have a theory about this whole Taylor Swift, blow up this entire season. After seeing what's going on in some of these books, maybe that's been the play this whole time.
What's that?
Publicize and get her involved with the NFL.
They wanted to be in the Super Bowl.
and get her prop bets on these books.
Ooh, like that.
Because
Haven't heard this one yet.
have you seen this? I'm
No.
trying to look for it now, but there's a section, at least on DraftKings, I've seen. It says like for the Swifties,
Oh, stop it.
and it's just all these like
Pound it.
basic chalk,
Pound it.
like stuff that none of us in this room would bet on.
Max bet.
$25 a minute max bet? Is that what they're
But
offering here?
no,
What are
seriously. So you get the Swifties who, I'm going out on a limb here. They're probably not football fans.
Yeah.
Now they're involved.
Yeah.
They want to see Taylor Swift. They see these ads be like, hey, $5 to get 200, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I can bet about Taylor Swift now. And they're going to lose.
Let me ask
lot
the
of
pro.
money.
Let me
Yeah,
ask
exactly.
the pro. Okay, let me ask you, Matt.
Yeah.
Because I do think that we're in a unique time in history. And I think some of the line movement you're seeing, some of what you mentioned around reverse line movement,
Yep.
might be a little skewed.
Yeah.
Is the fact that gambling is now legalized and so much more accessible to the public, and factors like Taylor Swift now having an active role in the Super Bowl and potentially dragging in what would have not been non-bettors in the past, are those two factors? Do you think they affect the way in which these lines are moving, the volume of bets that are coming in on them, and the way we look at public versus non-public and sharp versus public action?
No.
No,
I don't. I don't.
It's a valid question, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wonder, like, how much of the public is impacting these lines. But in terms of, like, the Swifties, like, they're going to bet, like, fucking $10.
$20 bets. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
that's
like,
not going to do anything.
Here's the thing. Like,
Is that true, though? Like, how many high net worth people or Taylor Swift fans out there
Maybe
are
Taylor-
willing to go drop a $10,000,
I
$50,000,
can't imagine.
$100,000?
maybe Taylor
bet?
Swift is dropping, like, $1 million on this,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm not even kidding.
I'd love her to.
I just feel like we're in a time now with public gambling.
Yeah.
And not public gambling, with legalized gambling. And
at your
with
fingertips.
someone like Taylor Swift, the accessibility of wagering on this game is different than it's ever been. So I feel like the betting volume and or high net worth individuals that wouldn't have bet on this game that now are because, hey, what's 50 grand? What's 100 grand to them? What's $1 million to them? I wonder how that's affecting the way we're seeing lines moving.
And that's why I was leaning towards waiting till Sunday, but maybe I'm overthinking that.
Well, here's the thing.
Did you hit the money line or
I was
or
just
two?
going to say.
Did you hit the money line
We'll
or
get
two?
that. We'll give me 1 second. I just want to answer this question.
Okay.
But, like, I don't think anybody that's watching this game for Taylor Swift that would even throw in a bet because of it has bet yet. That's coming
That's what
Sunday.
I'm saying.
That's
True.
coming
That's what I'm
Sunday,
saying.
if that even happens, right?
True.
Like, that's like, hey, game day, I'm at my Super Bowl party. I'm going to throw a Taylor Swift Super Bowl party, and I throw some money in
But
the
to
game.
that
I
point,
don't
what's
think you're gonna
80%
see it.
of the money on a Monday then? You know, how reflective of that is the actual market?
I think you're going to continue to see public money pour in this game.
So why did you bet yesterday then?
Because I don't think it's changing.
Okay.
Okay, fair
I
That's
don't
what,
think it's
that's what I was
changing.
getting to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I got a number. I did not play either, to your question.
What'd you
I
play?
got a 1.5 on FanDuel minus 115, and I took the 5 cent.
Yesterday?
Juice. On Saturday. It was Saturday morning. I was at
Wow,
my
went to
daughter's
1.5.
ballet.
Okay.
It was sitting at 1.5
Disgusting
for
behavior.
like 24 to.
Disgusting behavior.
Yeah, well, you know,
Daughter's ballet. You're just
It was-
pounding the
yes.
Niners.
Costa,
Yes.
when gambling wasn't legal, I'm sorry to cut you off, Matt, but
No, please.
when gambling wasn't legalized in Massachusetts yet, I took my kid to Canopy Lake Park in New Hampshire.
Yeah, you did.
It was opening. It was the first week of NFL. It was like Patriots and Dolphins. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I was firing off bets
Beautiful.
non-fucking
See?
stop.
What
we do.
Okay.
Public John.
Yeah.
Just
Because I was up in New
hammering the
Hampshire,
Knicks.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
why not?
I was doing that at Canopy Lake Park. So I think placing a wager at
Fair
ballet is
enough.
perfectly acceptable.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Continue.
Ballet. So I played minus 1.5 because I thought that was the best number I was going to get. Would have loved to have one. I thought we were going to see a little flip, and I'd get the Niners at a dog. I contemplated money line. Reality is, in the Super Bowl, usually you're safe under a field goal. I'd tell you this: if you like the Chiefs, not only would I not take the money line, I'd play +2, or excuse me, -2. I'd play alternate spread. I would play -1. Take a better number, whatever
I
you're
see what you're
confident
saying.
in, because in the Super Bowl historically.
Interesting.
Historically, the line doesn't land on 3. So it's a different concept. You can play money line if you think like, hey, I just think they're going to win. I don't want to sweat out getting a bad beat of 1 or 2. But historically, Super Bowl, you're not seeing game come anything less than 3.
And now, is there reasoning behind that, or is it just historical
Better
data?
odds. You get a plus. I
Plus
mean,
plus
I'm saying
121.
the way the games
For
run,
what?
the way the games run out, though.
for what?
Chiefs -2 is plus
I
121.
like that.
Okay, what's 2.5?
Plus 121.
Same.
3 is plus 152. You want to do 10?
You keep going. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't like the
What
Chiefs.
is Chiefs -21?
But I would like this. I'm saying if you want, you could play both sides in this game. You know, at your comfort level.
Now, my question to you is, as far as like why it typically comes in at a field goal or more, is it the way in which teams are approaching the game and the way they're coaching the game? Is it just historical data and this game just generally, for some reason or another, lands at 3 or more? What do you think?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. If I'm coaching in the Super Bowl, let's take Dan Campbell, for example. Let's say the Lions
Idiot.
do win. Lastly, he's an absolute moron. Thank you.
Likable guy, though.
Very likable. Would love to play for him.
Yeah.
Would love to play for him,
Give
but
him
I'll
a
tell you
nice,
this.
nice old hug.
If I was playing for him right now, I wouldn't be thrilled with him.
No. But, like, if he's coaching in the Super Bowl and those similar situations come up, I got to think he's taking 3 points. And I think it's just a coaching thing. I don't know if you can have
Fair.
that level balls on that stage.
Fair.
Like, to not just take the points, right? I think you see it more where, like, 4th and 3, even in these analytics era, you've not seen teams like 4th and 3, 4th and 4, we're going. No, we're taking the points. It's the Super Bowl. We're kicking.
Get back to this. I don't give a shit about Dan Campbell. Talk
No, but
about,
I'm saying
talk
this is
about
what I'm
2.
saying.
Okay.
So, like, it's part of the thing. I'm just
Okay.
using him as an example.
Gotcha.
I think you see traditionally we're just kicking field goals and scoring touchdowns, and that's like you can see like the 2-point conversion odds that you can bet on are always
well,
plus
that was the
money.
first thing I
Well,
thought
it's
of,
plus
yeah.
money, and like it's a fun bet to have because you're like, sure, someone's going to go for 2. Now do they convert it? You get even more plus money, and I think it's just because touchdowns and field goals is how we play this game. That's just what you see. I don't know. I have no data to back that up, But
Fair enough.
It's just that historically nothing's below a field goal.
The only thing that stood out to me with 2 is just like you have a solid kicker in the Chiefs with Butker, and Moody is a great rookie for the Niners. Like
Shaky.
I could see a lot of field goals being kicked here. So like, why wouldn't I take the 2?
It's one of my favorite bets of the Super Bowl. Not a best bet. Not my best bet.
Is that missed kicks by Moody? Because
I don't think it's on here, but I am going to tell you because it's not on the list. Here's a play for you people listening.
All right.
Harrison Butker, over 1.5 field goals made. I think the
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh,
and it's minus 115 or something.
He's going to destroy that.
It was one of my favorite bets. It's
I like that a lot.
And I think you're going to see part of my the handicap. We can get into this now or later, but I'll start it.
No,
I think the Chiefs are going to get their yards. I think as a 49ers fan, this is not going to be a game where I'm going to get to sit back and just relax and get a 10-point, 7-point comfortable win. I'm not.
This is going to be a close game.
It's going to be a close game either way. And I think what the Niners' strategy is going to be, okay, Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes. We're not going to go toe-to-toe and stop him. He's not throwing for 115 yards. Like, he's going to get his. And they'll accept that.
Like Jared Goff did.
Exactly. Yeah. They let Goff get his yards, but what they tried to do is play tough in the red zone. And this is what I like about what the 49ers have done. Their coaches have talked publicly about it. They've come out and talked about the effort, the lack thereof effort from certain players on that defense. So, like, I expect a whole different vibe. The last 2 weeks, we've seen the Niners start slow on defense.
Yeah.
I think it's crucial to this game that they don't come out that way. And the coaching staff not only calling it out internally, but externally. Like, that's got to get the team fired up. This is the Super Bowl. 4 years ago, enough of you players were on that team when you came in here and lost. They remember that feeling. And for me, I think the strategy here is Chiefs will get yards. Can you tighten up in the red zone? I'm betting on the Niners to be tough in the red zone.
I am too.
And Butker,
I like that. I just placed a bet. I like that. I like that a lot. Good call there. Minus 110, by the way.
Yeah. I do like that.
That's what it was. Minus 110.
Yeah.
I do like.
So the biggest question I have for the Niners in terms of the side is what the fuck is going on with their run defense?
Yeah. Well,
they have given up 318 total yards to the Packers and Lions combined. 89.7 rushing yards per game in the regular season, by the way, which ranked 3rd.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on in this playoff run. The running backs against this defense are, what, 6+ yards a carry they're averaging?
Yeah.
What's going on? Tell me.
It's the way they've been playing defense in the first half. It's an effort problem as much as it is.
So it's an effort thing. It's not
been
a
an
scheme
effort
thing.
Okay, it's a scheme thing.
That's encouraging.
But they've made adjustments at halftime in both games and completely shut the run down in Detroit. Aaron Jones had a couple. He had one big run in the second half.
Fred Warner's his name.
Yeah.
He
actually,
was a beast.
The name is Javon Kinlaw. And this is a guy that most Niners fans, myself included, who were so down on this guy. They picked him. They traded DeForest Buckner for a first-round pick.
Yeah.
They took Kinlaw. They went cheaper. They signed Armstead, right? A move that teams have to make sometimes. So Kinlaw is a monster. But he's been underwhelming as a player in his contract. They didn't pick up his 5th year. So as of Sunday, it's the last game for Kinlaw. But Kinlaw's also been the hero for this defense in the last 2 games in the second half because they've put him in off the bench, and he's been able to solidify that line. He's a monster, and he's the key to this game for the 49ers, stopping that run inside. I think he gets a lot more playing time in this game.
I mean, the week off is massive for this defense because they know the Chiefs and Pacheco are going to pound the run.
And the other thing with Greenlaw and Warner, like, if they're coming up, the way the Niners play defense, they don't come up. They've been responsible. But if Warner comes up a little more than Greenlaw dropped back a lot more in the zone. But Warner wants to come up and play the run, but there's holes there. That's why Laporta had a nice day. That's why the Green Bay was able to get you over the middle, because if you can't get run pressure, the linebackers have to come up. It opens up the middle of the field. So Kinlaw, and the adjustment that they made at the half, was Kinlaw was able to establish the line, forcing Warner and Greenlaw to drop a little bit, taking away the middle of the field, which we saw in the second half of that game. So he is the key to this game.
My biggest concern, the Niners coming out slow and quiet the way they have the last 2 weeks, with the stakes at hand, is a concern.
Yep.
Is if you can't come out ready, if you can't come out under the right scheme, if you can't come out with the right communication. Because I've seen numerous instances where Dre Greenlaw is coming out and dropping into coverage, and they're having communication issues, and guys are going uncovered coming out of his zone. I've seen that happen numerous times. I think they've got an issue on that weak side. And I think in general, if this team can't come out on the defensive side of the ball ready early on, they're going to have big problems. Because, not just because Patrick Mahomes is coming, but because the Chiefs are playing such good defense. So any mistakes that are made on the defensive side of the ball for the Niners are not going to be easily picked back up in the second half, because this Chiefs team and this Chiefs defense is also seemingly getting better in second halves of games.
Yeah, the Chiefs defense has just been remarkable during the playoffs. They've shut down Tua, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I still can't get over the tizzy they threw the Ravens offense into. They completely abandoned everything they did in the regular season and shat their pants.
If we had a show last week, man,
oh my God,
holy Christ, they ran the ball 6 times.
Lamar Jackson is your league MVP, and that guy couldn't have thrown or advanced the ball against Saskatchewan State.
I'm convinced he's not going to win a Super Bowl ever. By the way, Lamar Jackson.
Ever.
No.
I don't see it. That was their chance.
I saw it enough. I don't want to hear him in a top 5 quarterback discussion. I don't care about Purdy. You can say he's 15. I don't care if you think he's the worst quarterback in the league. Can we just agree to one thing?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson cannot throw the ball. And they're like, hey, let's throw the ball with Lamar.
What did I say last week? I said that was a legacy game for Lamar Jackson, and he blew it.
There's too many questions. He has too many questions in his head when he's playing the game of football. Should I run it? Oh, I'm not running it enough. Should I throw it? Well, I'm not running it enough, so I have to run it. And then he's supposed to throw it, and he's running. And then he's supposed to run, and he's throwing. It's
triple coverage.
It's a mess.
So, nonetheless, if you're the Kansas City defense, you got to focus in on CMC. It's as simple as that, right? But that opens it up for Mr. Deebo Samuel.
My guy, my pick for MVP, 35-1. We got him.
I got him at 20-1, so you beat me to it.
35-1 to open the week, and I was like, that. I don't know if he wins it, but
it's a good
35-1 is insane because that is the guy. The Chiefs struggle to stop the run. We start with Buffalo. Baltimore decided, hey, we're a running team. Let's not run the ball. So you can't look at that. San Francisco is going to run the ball. They're going to run with McCaffrey, and they're also going to run with Deebo. I love where you're going with that because I think he is the secret weapon in this. Not really secret, but he's the key to that offense. He's their pulse on offense.
Yep.
He's their heart and soul of that team. CMC gets
Look at the
stats.
Packers game. Exhibit A. Packers game.
It almost killed them.
So pray that he doesn't re-injure that shoulder.
Yeah, well, no question.
Because that is a different team without Deebo. I will agree with you there. That guy is the heart and soul. If there is an MVP to be had, it's probably him.
Yeah.
Unless, obviously, you start to see the multiple touchdown games by McCaffrey, if Purdy has some crazy second-half performance and throws 3. But Deebo is what makes that offense run.
Yep.
I love the physicality, however, on the back end of this Chiefs team.
Yeah,
McDuffie, Snead.
They're going to hit you.
They're bringing it, and I think that they match up quite well. I'll just say this. Nobody matches up great with the Niners on offense, right? So it's very difficult to match up with them. However, I think the Chiefs are bringing enough of a physical gameplay to where if they can button up McCaffrey to whatever level you can and then focus on Deebo and or Ayuk, I'm okay with them not really focusing on Kittle.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought you had more to that.
No, I understand. Look, this game it's the Super Bowl. This is booked.
It's the best of the best.
Very close. I mean, this is as sharp as it gets. This number's tough. You can make a case for either team. My case is I think most people are taking the Chiefs because I don't want to bet against Patrick Mahomes again. And that to me is I play my numbers. The Niners are -3 in my numbers. That's what I'm going off of.
Feels like a lot of people got smoked last week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, that line went to 5 in some spots.
Yeah.
5.
Despicable.
Yeah.
Despicable.
It's crazy.
I'll just say this. I'm going to say it again. If you told me I'm a dead man if I get this pick wrong, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes to the bank.
I get it.
If you told me I'm dead, if I picked the game wrong, I'd rather die with Patrick Mahomes on my side.
I get it too, man. I'm afraid to pick against Mahomes, but I'm going to do it because that's what I've been saying all year is this Niners team is going to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
I have a beautiful ticket, plus 1,100 if they do pull it off. And I have been asked, are you going to hedge that?
Okay, so that's the other element of this that I've been seeing a lot is like in terms of the books, a lot of futures bets came in on the Niners.
Yeah.
Is there any element to that?
Yes.
For this. Okay, talk about that.
I think some of that is like, let's make the Niners a favorite because we could use some Chiefs money right? I think that's
because
part
of all the futures that
because
came
of
in.
the futures
Right.
there at hand.
Tons of exposure.
But
right
now they're at a place where like, okay, I mean, Vegas is going to do fine either way. We know this because there's
so much prop
there's
action
so many
out there.
things that are happening.
Same
They'll
game
make more
parlays.
money on parlays.
Oh, and they're hosting
props.
the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, by the way, small thing. But
There's no scenario in which Vegas loses money on this game.
No, none.
Fact.
So I do think it is part of it. It surprised me with the money coming in that they actually did the reverse movement, but I think it is partially because if you look on paper, and I know paper versus field is different, I'm acknowledging that, but the 49ers have such a better roster than the Chiefs.
Far better.
And it's really just Mahomes. And, like, do you want to bet against Mahomes?
Yeah,
and that's it.
The thing I keep coming back to is, like, looking back at the 2020 Super Bowl with this, like, who's the better quarterback, Brock Purdy or Jimmy Garoppolo? It's Brock Purdy.
It's not even close.
There was no Trent Williams.
Yep.
There was no Brandon Ayuk. There was no CMC.
Debo's a rookie.
Debo was a rookie. It's as simple as that.
There's
it's
lot,
as simple as that.
And you make a case, and there's no Tyreek Hill on the field. You know, I mean, that's a huge one.
Yep.
I mean, look, the Chiefs are going to be there. It's going to be a close game. I'm not here to say there's going to be a blowout either way. I just think it's the Niners' year. I do.
How does the Niners defense approach this? Do they focus in on the run defense that we were talking about, or do you zone in on a red hot Travis Kelce who looked dead a few weeks ago, and now he looks like the Travis Kelce of old?
And here's where I'm going to go rogue from what everyone thinks. The Chiefs' offense is not what concerns me. I think Mahomes is going to get his. I've said that. The Lions have a better offense. The Packers, the way they were playing at the end of the year, better offense.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, for all the shit San Francisco's taking for playing two close games against the Packers and Lions, who beat the Chiefs? The Packers, the Lions. So, like, these are two teams that have beaten the Chiefs, right? So, like, you can shit on the Niners all you want. They came back and beat both of those teams, which are two things Patrick Mahomes couldn't do. So, I'm just throwing that out there as a little bit of a caveat here. The other thing here is that I think Mahomes is going to get his. I said this. This is the way the 49ers play. I think the key is, like, they do have to step up and stop Pacheco.
I'm on the under on his passing yards. I know that.
So I think it's going to be a lot of Travis Kelce. I think Kelce reception is probably a good play. It's going to be public.
Do they just let Travis Kelce get his, and they just
that is a play of mine.
Focus in on Pacheco?
That is a play of mine.
I think that might be the strategy.
It might be a strategy play for them. I don't know. The receivers don't scare me. But the Niners' weakness, I'll tell you where they really, their defense has really not played that great the back half of this year, and a lot is tied to Talanoa Hufanga. When he tore his ACL, he was a young safety that made that secondary glue.
Big Polamalu vibes.
Yeah, 100%. He's a huge loss, and like that secondary is, you can beat him there. But I don't know if the Chiefs have the weapons for it, to be honest.
What did you have for a prop, Costa? Travis Kelce?
Yeah, so I mean, it's public and chalky as all hell, but Kelce over 6.5. There's a lot of juice on it right now. If it moves to 7, you might get reception. Excuse me. If it moves to 7, you'll probably get 120, 115, 120. So I'm kind of waiting to see if that gets to 7 because I think this is a double-digit reception game for him again. I think this is like a 10, 10.5 number. I just think he's too big a focal point of this offense. I agree. Pacheco is going to be the difference in the game. If the Chiefs win, Pacheco is going to have a big game, but I don't think there's any way around Travis Kelce having one of his playoff 10 reception, 140-yard, and a touchdown type games.
Yeah, I'm seeing 6.5 on DraftKings minus 150.
Yeah.
So wait until that gets to
change.
7.
Yeah.
And you can get a 120, 115.
I'd still be good with that. Yeah, I totally get. I think that's the strategy if I'm the Niners. I let them beat you with Travis Kelce, and you take away Pacheco.
Yeah, the Lions have far more weapons. Genuinely, as a fan, I know it sounds crazy because they have Mahomes and they're talking Jared Goff, but like St. Brown, Jamison Williams coming on the end of the year, Laporte is one of the best tight ends, Gibbs, Montgomery. They have endless guys with talent. Even Josh Reynolds. Thank you, Josh Reynolds, MVP of the game for me.
But seriously, Jesus.
Is another guy that throughout the year was a quality player. Like that, those guys, weapons-wise, are so much more talented than the Kansas City offense. By the way, Chiefs, for everything Mahomes is, 0 points in the second half last week. Sure, credit the Ravens' defense, but like not putting up spectacular numbers in either second half against the Bills or the Ravens.
So we're going to move ahead to the party prop betting sheet here. But
before
I do that, why don't you like 2? If you like the Niners, why don't you like 2?
I like anything under 3.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
I got 1.5,
Okay.
which is why I'd pay
Thank you.
more, a little
Okay.
bit more. I'll pay the 5 cents to get the 150.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, let's move ahead to let's just rifle through some of these, but we don't have to do like a ton of them.
Yeah.
Like Reba McEntire singing the national anthem over 90 and a half. What's that? A minute 20
Minute and a half.
Yeah.
Minute and a
Oh,
half,
minute
minute and a half.
30. Yeah.
Minute.
Yeah, so I would go under there.
Under.
Looking
Under.
at hit
Easy
history,
under.
Yeah, we did some research
Yeah,
pre-show.
we were watching videos.
Yeah.
Reba's not a big note holder.
Yeah.
She's quick and to the point. You know, that
Under.
country twang. See you later. Under.
Coin toss. Everybody always goes tails, never fails, so I'm going heads.
Tails last year. I'm going tails.
I'm going tails as well. It's a heavier side of the coin. Thank you.
It is.
Heads for me. First offensive play will be a
Run.
run. Okay. Which team will score first?
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs field goal.
Can I just throw something out real quick?
Yeah.
I kind of like the Chiefs' first quarter play. Look, Brock Purdy is a guy that hasn't been.
What, is that half a point?
Half point, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it is. Yeah, plus half point, little juice on it. If
Minus 155, Matt.
is it up that high now? Yeah, forget it. Never mind. But I think the Chiefs probably
I'll
win
play
the
it.
first quarter.
I'll play it.
Yeah, you'll buy it you'll buy it at 200 for fun.
The first turnover of the game will be a fumble, interception, turnover on down, or a missed field goal.
Missed field goal. Jake Moody.
I was
It
thinking
could be
the
that.
same thing.
Could be. I'm going to say interception.
I'm going to say turnover and down for that one.
Okay.
We got to hang on to these, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to keep score. I'm going to put them on our Instagram.
Which team will commit the first accepted penalty of the game? The Chiefs or the Niners?
Oh God, well, they don't throw flags on the Chiefs, so Niners.
Here
I
we
like
go.
that approach.
Come on,
Yes,
baby.
I
Yeah,
like
Niners
that.
for sure.
I'm with you on that one. That is definitely true there. Which team will get to 10 first?
Chiefs.
Neither.
Neither. I'm going Niners here. I think the Chiefs
Yeah,
jump out
me
early, but the
too.
Niners first to 10.
Me too. I think it's like 3-0 Chiefs, and then the Niners put up a quick 10.
Yep.
Which will either team score during the last 2 minutes of the first half?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Field goal.
Easy.
Who gives a fuck? Which song will be performed first at the halftime show? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Usher.
yeah.
DJ Got Us Fallen in Love.
Don't know
No
that
idea what that is. You Want to Make Me Wanna OMG. I don't know what that is either, or other. I'm gonna go with other because I don't know. I know what yeah is.
Oh my God! Right?
Is that what? That's not Usher.
Oh, yeah, I think
Make
so.
me
I
wanna-
think
oh
so.
my God!
My theory is he's gonna open up with some like bullshit weird song, and then they get into the hits.
I think we're gonna get some Bieber.
Ooh,
I
Why?
think we're gonna get some Bieber.
Are they boys?
They're boys. Usher started Bieber's career.
Oh, that's
They're
right.
super
That's
tight.
right. I'm
And
stupid.
Ooh,
there's
like
been
that.
like little nuanced little hints that Bieber might be doing some sort of performance.
We threw on the Grammys last night.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking annoying to watch the Grammys with. I admit it, but like, because I'm asking my wife, I'm like, who's this?
Yeah, who's this guy? Who's that?
Who's
Yeah.
that? Who's that?
fuck's that
She's
guy?
like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. already.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I
Well,
literally-
it's DJ fucking Khaled.
I don't listen to like new music. I'm not trying to be like a cool guy or anything.
Yeah.
I just listen to talk radio, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. It's a
Bieber
simple-
though.
Babes.
Yeah,
I like that take.
Electric.
Yeah.
What up? Talk about a guy
I
that's
want
come into his own.
confessions. I want confessions part 2.
So that's the next question: is will anyone accompany Usher on stage? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a yes.
That's-
Wait,
the
so
biggest
what was
lock
the
of the
song?
century.
I'm keeping track here.
I said other.
I want
going
you make
other
me
as well.
wanna, oh my God.
Why are you
I
keeping
want that
track?
one.
Why are you keeping track from me?
I'm saying we're going to keep score. I'm making sure we didn't skip it. That's all.
okay.
I wish I was.
How many
leader
songs
with
will be
my circles.
played? 8.5.
Jeez.
I'm going under on that one. That's aggressive. 8.5.
8.5. That's like a concert.
Yeah, well, it is a Super
They're
Bowl.
all like
and they're,
90-second
mixing that.
samples.
They
That's
all
the
bing
thing.
bang, bing bang, and Usher's got hits, man. I'm going over.
I'm going over too. I think
I'll
we
take
get
the
10.
under on
I
that
think we
one.
get 10.
Usher's got hits.
Total number of players to attempt a pass.
Over.
2.5.
Over.
Over.
Debo's throwing a pass.
Yep.
McCaffrey might be throwing a
McCaffrey's
pass.
throwing a pass in this game.
Ooh, can you get him specifically on a prop?
I don't know if you could.
Let's look into that one. Not now, but
McCaffrey's
later.
throwing a pass in this game.
Why are you so convinced of that?
He's got a good arm. Seen him throw a
Does he?
touchdown to Ayuk before against the
okay.
Rams. I know.
Let's
cannon.
pump the brakes.
Absolute
It's
cannon.
okay.
He's better than Mahomes.
He has a better arm than you.
He has a better arm than Mahomes. Is that what you
Yeah.
just said?
To be honest, if you're giving me best player in the game, I'm taking McCaffrey.
Best player, like actual best player.
Yeah.
All things aside, just who's the best
You
football
can take
player?
Mahomes. I'm taking Christian
I
McCaffrey.
think you need to see a psychiatrist.
Maybe.
It's not that far-fetched, but I would probably still lean Mahomes there.
All right, we're just having fun.
Who will have the most passing yards, Patrick Mahomes or Brock Purdy?
Mahomes.
Mahomes has to be.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause that's-
Other.
Because they're going to lose.
Sam Darnold.
Other. Speaking of this, did you see this? That the books
Yeah.
have a real issue if Sam Darnold enters the game. 'Cause
Yeah.
People are taking massive money on Sam Darnold MVP.
My buddy Craig
Did
was
you
on
see
this 2 weeks ago, by the way. He wanted to hit
They
Sam
have a
Darnold.
big
300
problem
to
if he
1.
enters the game. And you know who else has a big problem? The Niners.
Oh no, they'll win with Sam Darnold. I'm not even worried.
Is this
about
just
it. It's
assuming
Kyle's-
that
Kyle's good.
that Purdy gets hurt?
Yeah, his UCL is just going to
Yeah.
fling into the
Yeah,
top
we're
row
fine.
of the
If he-
stands.
if he
300
gets-
section.
if
Watch
he
out for
gets
Brock
hurt-
Purdy's hamstring.
If he gets hurt, I'm
Who will have more rushing yards, McCaffrey or
McCaffrey.
Pacheco? Yeah, McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
What's his total? Like 87 and a half?
90 now. 90 and a half.
Who will have the most receiving yards? This
Kelsey.
is a great one. Kelsey, Samuel, Ayuk, Rice, or other.
I already called it 10 receptions, 140, and a touchdown for Kelsey, so I got to go Kelsey.
I'm going to go Debo here. I'm going to go Deebs.
That is tough.
I think Debo has one big play in him. Like, that's going to eat into his total yardage.
I think I gotta go. I gotta go Debo. I gotta do it, and I'll tell. He's my guy in this game, and I'll give you all my bets at the end of the show.
Which color will be poured for the Gatorade? Lime green / yellow lime / green / yellow, clear / water, red / pink, blue, orange, purple.
Orange.
What was it last year?
I don't know. I
Was
was
it-
too busy counting my money to see the Gatorade.
I think I was
dump.
retired by that point. I had retired.
You
for
were
a year.
retired. You
Yeah.
could have had Pat Mahomes
I had
with getting
retired.
points.
I feel like there's no like theme to the teams playing.
No, it's not.
It's
That's
not at
like,
all.
Like red, pink.
And
Well,
what-
they both could be
Yeah,
red.
no,
'cause
Andy
the
Reid's
Niners-
going to get
no.
doused in orange.
is there-
Orange Powerade. He's going to get doused in it.
See, that's the square play.
Yeah, the square
Andy
plays
Reid.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid
Gatorade
getting
on him.
doused in orange.
Give me purple.
Mayonnaise.
Going to match his mustache.
Throw me purple. Kyle getting purple. on him.
Chick-fil-A sauce all over Andy Reid.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any odds on the Gatorade here, but if I had to pick, just give me some like off color. Give me blue.
Yeah. Blue. Blue's
Nothing
on
to
the
do
board.
with either
Blue's on the
team.
board. I'm going purple.
I'm a big cool blue guy. I like cool blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
Now,
Good
light blue
Gatorade.
or dark
Good
blue?
Gatorade.
Light blue.
I'm purple.
Yeah, light blue is the way to go. That's my hangover drink.
Oh,
In a Corona.
Oh
Extra.
yeah, light blue's the
yeah,
Gatorade.
cool blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Cool
orange.
blue.
Orange is 2.
Makes me really get excited thinking about cool blue Gatorade.
Lemon lime. It's good.
No, that's
Yellow?
bullshit.
I like yellow.
Lemon lime.
No, yellow.
That's
like
stupid.
The utilitarian flavor. It's like if I'm actually in a game and sweating, I'll drink lemon
Will
lime.
either team score during the last minutes, or excuse me, the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter?
Yep.
I'm going to say yes.
No, that's time for Brock Purdy. Nail down time, fellas. No.
I'm going to say desperation, like weird, like the Chiefs are going to be down by like 4 or something like that.
Nope. The Chiefs are going to be down by
They're gonna get- I don't know.
I'm giving
I'm
exact
just making
score.
it up.
I'm giving an exact score lock.
Are you really?
pathetic. Chiefs win the game.
Who will win the game?
Chiefs.
Niners for me.
Chiefs.
Niners.
And what was the last one?
Chiefs.
Cut
There's
off.
2 cut off. So 19 was total points over 47 and a
Now
half
you
or
think
under?
we'd get a full sheet.
I'm leaning
think.
under.
I
here.
don't know
Just,
why I
you
printed like
with
this.
a production of this caliber, you'd think we'd get a full sheet.
A, you printed it like this, and B, you
I
said,
didn't print it.
fuck it, we'll go
Nope.
with it.
I'm going to show you.
What kind of a printer were you using?
Broken one.
HP.
Okay. Shout out to
HP.
HP. Any sponsorship
look
opportunities?
Look at the sides here.
You cut off the last 2 questions.
Look at the sides here. It's all faded and shit.
Yeah, well, my
You need a
ink,
new
my
print.
ink's in my
Yeah,
ink.
your
my
ink
wife.
is-
My wife is
Your
printing.
ink
She's printing
situation
things
is
as
a
if like
fucking mess.
Jesus. So over under 47 and a half.
HP, if you're out there, we could use a new printer and some ink.
Yeah.
as part of our
Listen,
sponsorship.
Please listen, and then visit the card vault.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on the under for this one.
I'm going over.
Now, what color ink is that? Would you say?
It's a little yellow. It's a different sheet altogether. What did you go over or under here? I know it's cut
Of
off,
what?
but you write down over.
What
under.
is the
47 and a half?
And
Oh, under.
okay, so what was 20 here?
MVP, Mahomes, Purdy, or other.
Other.
Mahomes.
Other.
I think this is the year. This is one of those Super Bowls where it's not going to be a quarterback.
You
They're
guys are
giving him
overthinking
Mahomes.
it. You guys are overthinking it.
If it's the Chiefs, and this
The
is the
Chiefs
other
win the
thing.
game. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And if you like the Chiefs because of that, I tell you to just instead of betting the Chiefs, bet Mahomes. He's plus 125 to
Yeah.
win the award.
Yeah.
So like it's a better number than you're going to get with
well,
the Chiefs.
the only thing
Oh.
that's concerning is with the
Kelsey,
Taylor
yeah,
Swift.
I get it. But who's
Kelce,
throwing him the ball?
10 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. That's MVP territory.
Yeah, I just.
But I'm seeing Mahomes.
Remember the James White game?
Mahomes 317, 3 touchdowns, and
Do I remember it?
Yeah,
Today's the anniversary.
My
of it.
point is, and they gave it to Tom
touchdown.
Brady.
Four total.
Come on,
Four
if you're not giving it
total.
to James White then.
4 total.
With those guys,
No.
you're just giving them the MVP award.
Brady should have got MVP on that one.
I just think it should have been James.
He stormed back from 28 to 3, man.
Well, you're out of your
James
mind.
White
What-
had like
what
15.
It doesn't
planet
matter.
are you on? He brought them back from 28-3.
No other quarterback can do that.
You want James White, who's a good guy. No offense to James White,
I'm
great
big-
guy.
I'm-
You want James
sure
White to
did
get
want
the MVP.
James White. I had him.
75
Everybody
to 1.
adjust your
Had him
wagers
75 to 1.
Yeah, I remember that.
Adjust
I had
your
him.
wagers accordingly.
Of course I wanted him.
I remember somebody called into the sports hub all bullshit saying that they had James White MVP 75
Was it
to 1.
Matt from
Might have been
Malden?
you.
Might have been me.
have
Matt
been
from
you.
Malden here.
All right. Any other like bullshit props you guys see out there?
No, I'll say
Like,
this.
what's your biggest long shot prop that you currently have?
Give us your
God,
bets.
I don't have that. I don't
Matt,
have any
fire
long
us your
shots.
bets.
I'm logging into MGM.
Because mine is the
Shout
MVP
out to
one.
MGM because I like them. MGM, FanDuel. I can give my best bet.
Give us your
I
password.
have you can have my password. My biggest long shot's an NBA bet if you want it right now.
No,
All right,
you
never
fuck.
mind. Fine.
What do you think's wrong with him?
A lot of things, Chris.
Everything that I've bet is pretty much tied to Debo. So I bet Debo
Oh,
35 to 1. That's my biggest long
He's got
shot
an
to win
injury.
MVP.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let me just hand out my best bet then, and that's over 58.5 receiving yards for Debo Samuel.
Yeah, I bet-
Best bet minus 115.
Yeah, I bet 56.5. So we're lockstep there.
Boys,
What's your best bet? Oh wait, Costa, do you have a best bet?
my best bet is Kelce receptions. I'm just
That
waiting
is your
on
best
7.
bet.
I'm
Okay,
waiting on
cool.
7.
All right, Matt. What's your best bet? This will count to your record.
Yes, it will. Best bet of the Super Bowl is going to be Debo Samuel over 76.5 rushing plus receiving yards
Ooh.
in the Super Bowl. I think he hits this with ease. I
If-
think he's utilized very much in the run game.
If he's not carted off the field.
You relax.
It's just a very fragile shoulder right now. I'm just saying, he's a physical guy.
Good God. I have Debo to score 2 touchdowns. I have him to score 1 touchdown. I have him over receiving yards. I have him over rushing plus receiving, and I have him to win the MVP. I don't think this is a big game for Ayuk. I'm playing all his unders. So people asking me that questions. McCaffrey, his yards and his touchdown props. I mean, unless you think he's going to score 2. I've been playing the McCaffrey 2 TDs. It's been nice.
Yeah.
But I'm not touching it this week.
So what's the 2 TDs this week? It was
Not
plus
playing it.
210.
It's not even worth playing anymore. He's got to the point where 2 touchdowns is becoming like an anytime touchdown for people. It's psychotic.
Yeah. Can I pat myself on the back? Now, it hasn't paid off yet, but in the divisional round, I placed a bet. Christian McCaffrey, anytime touchdown, even money. I mean, when are you going to get that?
Would you do that during
in the
game?
divisional round for the Super Bowl? So
Oh,
Christian McCaffrey.
right.
I'm sorry,
That's
I should
a
have
good point.
clarified
Yeah,
that.
yeah, sorry.
Anytime touchdown, Christian McCaffrey in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's nice.
I placed that in the divisional round.
That's a nice play.
I was like, I think the Niners are going to Super Bowl,
you
and
think
guess
they're gonna
what?
win.
Christian
Yeah.
McCaffrey's going to get a fucking touchdown.
That's
Yeah.
a nice bet.
That's a nice bet to have. I'll give
I
you
mean,
that.
it's got
You probably didn't feel great about it going into halftime.
What? No, I didn't at all.
Yeah.
I felt awful
Yeah.
on Sunday going into the half.
I was so sad at halftime that I bet the Niners money line. And
Oh, you did?
It paid off.
What was that? What were the odds on that?
A plus 340 I got.
Oh, nice, man.
Jersey number of the first touchdown scorer.
Ooh.
Over or under 22.5.
See that I don't pay attention to like
Kelce 87, Pacheco's 10,
McCaffrey's 20. McCaffrey's 22. Isn't that funny?
22.
And Debo's
I'm not
19. I'm
going-
going under.
I'm not going near that.
10 for Pacheco.
You
I'm
get
going
Pacheco,
under.
McCaffrey, and Debo if you go under 22
And Ayuk.
Ayuk
just saying
is
from 11.
11.
Oh, I had to go under there.
So basically, you're banking on like Rashi.
McCaffrey.
Basically not
Rashi
the-
Rice is under too.
He's 6.
He's 6, yeah. It's the Kelce Kittle above. What are the odds on the under?
105.
Ooh.
Wow.
You get Mahomes and Purdy too. Is a quarterback sneaks. I don't know, just little running. They both can move.
So just, I'm sorry, just to clarify, your best bet was 78.5 rushing and receiving.
76.5.
Okay. Do you like? I assume you like 78.5 still.
Yeah, but my number is 76.5, and you can get that readily available at many
Well,
books.
so I don't know if that's fair though, Matt, because
Why?
people are going to be listening to this podcast.
Use
It's
multiple
already
books.
placed.
Use multiple books. You can get it
Oh,
widely
okay,
available. I'm
okay,
saying you
okay.
can use multiple books. My advice is not use one book.
I'll tell you what.
Two are
I use
glued
one
to
book.
one book.
I might have a dual best bet here. Kelsey's over 70.5 at -130.
You can just give us both. That's fine.
He's
We'll put a
receptions
little
and
chart.
receiving
Why don't you
yards.
just parlay it?
Receptions, receiving yards, parlay them,
Here we go.
round robin them,
Parlay.
whatever you want to
We
do.
encourage parlays.
No, we don't.
We do.
Parlays. Yeah, please do that. Actually, I want you to bet everything Chiefs over. Please. That's
Travis Kelce.
This is the way to win.
Overs.
Now, for those who are new to the show this year that didn't listen to Let's Get Rich, Chris had to move out. He was living on the streets, right? And that's why I had
Correct.
to stop the show.
He's doing very poorly right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
12%.
things are not going well.
So I love that he's on the Chiefs. In fact, my first text to him after the championship weekend was Chiefs money line.
No,
Please
my
take the Chiefs money line.
problem being on this show was that I was picking fine.
Were you?
I was picking fine.
Because I was listening, and
'Cause
you
if I
picked the Chiefs
played
every
my-
time.
Every
and
time.
lose.
He loved the Chiefs. You can't get
They had a
away
bad
from
Give
the
me the
Chiefs.
Chiefs minus
They had a bad
10.
stretch. It was a bad stretch.
Laying 11.
Chiefs
10.
I had a bad stretch with the Chiefs. Bad stretch. With the Chiefs as favorites.
Yes, that was the
Chiefs
problem.
as an underdog, different story.
Well, it's rare.
And that's the thing
But
that
I'll
terrifies
say this:
me.
it's the picking that wasn't
I
my
get it.
problem. It was just betting the picks was
Yeah,
my problem.
I told you how many times.
I'd bet the Lions, and all of a sudden I got Laporta to score. I got first half -6, first half team total over.
quarter.
I got heads or tails as the kick as the coin flip.
Yeah.
And here I am. I'm it's the first quarter's over, and I'm bankrupt.
And meanwhile, the Lions would cover, and you'd win that bet.
Yeah,
It's
and
crazy.
I'd lose an absorbent amount of money on the game, but I picked the game right.
That's all that matters, right?
And then I was living in a van down by the river.
Yeah, beautiful.
Matt, what is your plan for Sunday? Because if you don't know, Matt is an absolute lunatic watching the game with.
I've
if
calmed
he's a
down
fan,
over the
if he's a fan of said team.
Do you still watch all Niners games in the nude?
No, we have many outfit changes. I changed outfits 4 times during the Lions game.
you no
Found
longer
the
watch-
right
Are
shoes.
you
Okay.
a guy who has to be like sitting in the same spot? If it's not working, then you have to change it up, turn the hat backwards or something. Like, are you like an
Yeah.
OCD
Oh, yeah,
guy?
yeah.
One of
Well,
my
it's like
favorite-
my phone charged off. Got to look at it.
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
away. And in like
So what's your walk me
outfits.
through your Sunday?
Sunday's gonna be an anxiety attack from the morning. I'm gonna go to Cane's Donuts and get some donuts for my daughter and myself.
get
a little
fat.
splurge.
Yep.
You got to start early. Your sister, my wife, kindly cooking, making some buffalo chicken dip,
Nice.
nicely chili.
Nice.
She goes, "Do you
Staple.
want to have a party?" I said, "A party. You can invite whoever you want." for
Ashley, I'm coming.
upstairs."
I'm
not-
coming.
I'm
I'm
not.
coming over.
The last person who I would ever
gonna be
invite is Chris
unbelievable.
Costa.
I'm coming over the Prisco household. It's going to be
You
a
should just
lovely
show up.
afternoon. We're going to have buffalo chicken dip.
You and Buddy
we're going to root
are
for the
like the
Chiefs.
2 worst
We're all
people
going to root
alive.
for the Chiefs while Matt is sitting there rooting for the Niners.
You should show up like halfway through the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things to do when the Niners aren't playing well is to text Matt.
He does
And I'll
this.
say, Brock Purdy sucks. Or I'll say, what do you think is actually wrong with Kyle Shanahan?
What's wrong
or
with the team?
do you think George Kittle should retire at halftime?
Nervous? Question mark.
And
No, not nervous.
Matt's response is 10 for 10. Text someone else. He'll say, find someone else to
It's
text.
the nicest thing I can think of. at that
Text
moment.
someone else. I'm not dealing with you right
It
now.
was 7-0. Jamison Williams runs in a 43-yard touchdown. And he goes, "Jeez,
Jeez, huh?
yeah."
Period. And then just wait them out.
Chiefs, huh?
Jeez.
How about them Chiefs? So
Woof.
you prefer to just
Period.
watch the game alone?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like
yeah.
there's a short. I think 3 people on my list that I would invite over to watch a game. Maybe 4.
Oh, yeah?
If I
Am
really
I-
think
I'm
about
one
it.
of them, right?
You are the actual last person.
Of
You
the-
actually
I'm
know
the last of the 4?
Your cousin, Buddy.
He's the
is
worst.
the absolute worst.
But-
because his takes are just terrible. He's like, "Oh, Mac Jones is so good."
He's
He
mentally
thinks-
ill.
He still believes Mac Jones is better than Brock Purdy, and I'm like, dude, you're just not watching the game.
I don't know if
that's a dumb take.
I don't think he is, but I don't think he'd be that bad on the Niners.
Well, no, Kyle will make him relevant. But all right, well,
Any final thoughts here, boys? Oh, Costa, before we leave, please plug.
yeah,
Card Vault.
plug.
Yeah, well, we actually are at our TD Garden location. But yeah, Card Vault. We have retail locations here at TD Garden, at Patriot Place, and at Foxwoods Casino, with other locations coming soon for all your
Nice,
sports
very
cards,
exciting.
trading card, collectibles, memorabilia needs. We have everything from football cards, basketball cards, baseball cards, hockey cards, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, signed memorabilia, authentic memorabilia. all the-
It is an amazing
Wrestling. Yeah, we have wrestling. Yeah.
If you haven't been to the TD Garden location, which opened back in
October.
October?
Yep.
Yeah. It really is amazing. It looks like a memorabilia museum, but it's a really cool shop. A lot of cool guys in there that run it. So come on by, check it out before the Celtics Bruins game or Disney on Ice or whatever. Yeah. When I actually came in here for the first time and I saw the shop, it encouraged me to go up in the attic, blow off the dust, and go through my cards.
Find the goodies.
Look up some of the cards that I thought were valuable.
Not good.
To learn that they are worthless, completely. I might as well wipe my ass with the cards I have.
Jason,
Not the one I sent you the other day.
Because and I know nothing about cards, but what I've researched and read about is like they've printed way too many fucking cards in the 90s, right?
Yeah, they call it the junk wax era.
Yes, exactly. I have all of the junk wax cards. I have Michael Jordan. I have Pedro Martinez. I have a rookie Ken Griffey Jr. card. They're all fucking.
That's the one that started it all.
They're all
Rookie Griffey's nothing.
The 89 Upper Deck Griffey, which is a fine card.
I have the Donruss.
The Donruss is fine too.
Yeah.
But the 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey is what started the whole junk wax era. It's the card that everybody was chasing in 1989 and 1990. It's the card everybody thought was rare and valuable, and then that come to find out they just were printing and printing and printing. So there was no rarity, there was no value. The market collapsed. But then things started to happen where sports cards are manufactured much differently today. There's authentication and grading and signed cards, memorabilia and patches. So different industry, very cool industry. I'm super, super happy to be a part of it. Obviously, we feel Card Vault is the best experience in the space, and we have an awesome team, and we have some awesome stuff. So, come check us out.
How often do you guys do those breaks, if you will?
We break 2 to 3 times a day, 7 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, so we do box openings. They're called box breaks. So you can check out Card Vault Breaks. That's on Instagram, and we're on all the major selling platforms. But, yeah, we're opening boxes in real time for
and where can you watch
live audiences. You can watch us on a platform called Whatnot or a platform called Fanatics Live.
All right, cool.
I have one final question.
Sure.
It is related to cards. Brock Purdy.
Yep.
If you have a decent Brock Purdy rookie card, if he wins this game, what does that do to the value of the
Value
card?
goes up. It's like picture players in sports cards like stocks, right? So if Brock Purdy is a company that's publicly traded and he has a good Super Bowl, and he wins a Super Bowl, it's like a good earnings call.
How like much would it go up though? Like skyrocket?
Every player is different. Every scenario is different. If he has the MVP type of a performance and he goes off and he proves, hey, I'm here, I'm
like 300,
legit.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, you'll see a 25, 30, 40, 50% increase in his market. It's the equivalent of Apple going out and having a great earnings call.
But
it's
right.
You think of these players as their own markets, their own trading.
But a guy like Mahomes, his stock's not going to drop if they lose, right? Or even if he has a bad
Stock
game.
won't necessarily drop, but as he solidifies his place in the history books, that's where you start to see his prices, start to match the Tom Brady's of the world.
All right. I wanted to have one question for you, so that's what I
It's a fun question.
Fun question.
Sports cards.
All right, boys. Well, Costa, thank you so much for coming
joining.
by. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
What
having
fun
me
we
back.
had.
I miss
you gotta
it
come
here.
back. Yeah,
I
you
miss
gotta
it
come
here.
back.
Hey, next year we could open the door to new opportunities.
Bingo bango.
Are you a March Madness guy?
Big time.
Okay, we'll have to have you
We're
back
doing
for
a
that
pod.
one. Yeah, because I know dick about college basketball.
Oh, gosh.
But I'm all for March
Tell
Madness.
you who I do like is Purdue. Matt didn't like him last night. I took him last night. In your face, Matt.
I didn't play against
In your
them.
face.
I didn't play. I took the day
Suck
off.
on that.
It was a
Suck
it's been a
on that
tough
one, Matty.
Couple weeks. New Mexico sleeper team. Love them.
Big
The
time.
team. Of
That
Let's
is
Get
our
Rich.
team.
All right, well, that's going to do it for Bettor In Laws. We'll have that March Madness podcast, obviously, in fucking March. But until then, enjoy the Super Bowl, everyone, and thank you again for tuning in all football season. If you haven't done so already, please follow us on our socials, @Bettor In Laws. Like us on YouTube, leave a review, leave a comment, all the stuff, please. And thank you, Matt, for
Thank you, Tuck.
put a bow on
What a
this
year.
NFL season.
What
And
a
again,
year.
thank you to Costa.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
And that'll do it for us. We'll
Thank
see
you,
guys
Hurley,
at- we'll
in the
s-
back.
Yeah, and Hurley, yes,
For
our
the,
producer,
for the
Hurley.
season,
thank
my
you.
friend. Thank you so much for everything you did.
Yes.
He's okay. He's okay.
He's
Hurley, I've never seen Hurley so just disinterested as when Chris walked in. He's like, oh, Christ.
He's like,
him
oh, I got to
again.
deal with this guy.
Him again.
Yeah.
I love him.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and good luck on your Super Bowl bets. And we'll see you guys.
Good luck.
In a few weeks, we'll be back. All right.
Go Niners.
All right.